Welcome to Poetry Palace TV. I am Tom Beal, and this is my Diary of a Poet series, episode 20. The intent of this show is to read volume 18, Internal Revolutions, poems I have been writing to my late wife since February 2020. If you're new, the people watching already know, but if you're new, unfortunately, I have not yet been able to read them in a composed manner. It was suggested that I simply start from the beginning so that I may get used to the idea slowly and add a bit more time to my process before actually reading those poems to you. Thus, we're doing that. If you would like to read along at another pace, the series is available to read for free at poetrypalacegiftshop.com. In this episode, we are working on reading volume 13, Back from the Block. Poem number 1006. Dirt. Moving small parts of the earth to placate the desires of men. If only dirt could tell a story of all that's happened and been. Tell the trials of Neanderthal, of villages and tribes and chiefs. Give us rumors of battles of yore, rumors of warriors and victors and thieves. Would we then worry over such as substanceless as lack or loss? Would we still cover all of our deeds with the finite of mortal gloss? Number 1007, the spirit world. What a delicate subject to be assigned, to achieve without tossing of pearls. Much higher than the gates and bushes, mostly unthought of by dukes and earls. Hinted of in the first chapter of Genesis, yet incomprehensible to nostril-breathed man. The invisible world of spirit, above the senses and beyond their span. In thousands of years of recorded dream, a couple times several have achieved its light. Though mostly obliterated by sensual priests, who still think it to be taken by power or might. God or Tao or mind or spirit, Moses or Z or Baker or Joel. It all sums up a fire out of control, starting from the eternal, omnipresent coal. Judge not by appearance the impossible act, leaving the familiar miscalled as our own. Doesn't much matter which way you push, sooner or later, you find you have grown. Number 1008, practice makes perfect. Persistent practice ports perfection. This the theory that they throw. Possible preference peels protection. Think thou thoughts, then thriving though. Situations sonnets, sift surrender, while once weary, went with right. Scholastic semblance, setting splendor, what was one's woe when white. Number 1009, faith. Faith is a bird dropping from a branch, or a monkey on the swing. Blind faith, or faith without knowing, is an awful, lonely thing. Number 1010. Every day brings a little mystery. Every face adds a touch of style. Every act goes down in history. Every friend leaves us with a smile. Every place echoes delivery. Every hope goes into the pile. Every time in continuity, every thought is right there on file. Every day brings a little mystery. Every face adds a touch of style. Every act goes down in history. Every friend leaves us with a smile. Every touch is just like amnesty. Every kiss a treaty we have signed. Every laugh close to divinity. Every vow the way we're defined. Every day brings a little mystery. Every face adds a touch of style. Every act goes down in history. Every friend leaves us with a smile. 1011. The eye of you. The eye of you dies into screen, into the eye of me. Your try of dew lies in its sheen, imbue the hope of sea. The cry of you dies with each scene, renew the cry of me. My dye of dew plies on your sheen, review our hopes of be. Number 1012. Too busy to plan. Somehow that writing in chat rooms made me have titles under my numbers. I'm not sure how that came about. Anyway, too busy to plan. Thought of adding another poet friend or two, but today was 3 hours before I was through, reading the thoughts and whims of this one and that, with a quick break for supper to keep me fat. Just 12 hours between leaving and return, career toils which keep love labors and burn. Oh, those quick moments with a woman in life. Blaze with delight, guess that's why she's my wife. There was time this past weekend for a holiday, flying north like the wind in a limited GTI way. With the Maine coast out the window and comfort in, even a moment's crab hunting twixt visits fit in. Then there's the blues band, rather the two of us try, then the registries and modesties and grandchildren high. And we cannot forget a quick ride on the bike while holding figurative fingers in Chore's dike. Then the books to be printed and crafts be designed, while the lesser of dreams are silently resigned. But what would life be without being involved? At least free time planning has been resolved. Number 1013. Happiness. Cotton candy clouds and lollipop flowers with white chocolate castles with marshmallow towers. Children may dream of even happier things, innocently playing when recess bell rings. But we have our duties, and our clouds are not pink, as some of life's hassles push us right to the brink. But are duties and hassles at base truly the cause, or does our own Constitution have no happiness clause? If our child blames the weather or some playmate for its rue, we patiently explain it's all in the choices they do. So where went those castles and lollipop fields? Are they just too damn dainty for grown-up life's wheels? If the definition was waking, each day would start bliss, or maybe just breathing and part of the list. Our own dictionary steals half of our joys and makes such an effort of life's many toys. So happiness is what happiness does, in the moment becoming neither tomorrow nor was. Number 1014. Feelings. What is at the root of feelings? Emotions are what come to mind. And at the root of emotions, allowing them to logic blind. Experience appears to say, denial gushes forth as tears. The ignorance and ego mix that seems blunted with passing years. Let us not forget fantasy, which nulls the splendor of now's here. Would it be correct to mention faithlessness as root of most fear? Surely factophobic living makes angst of merely ebb and tide. And what of words self-inflicted, wounds self-inflicted, the theft of gifts that we call pride? Ah, the gain and loss conundrum, whether it be heart, mind, or soul. Are these feelings our life fluent, Or are they just what makes us whole? Without the hole inside us, what would there be that needs fulfill? Maybe emotions are the fuel that keep us climbing up life's hill. Number 1015. Christmas morning on 2001 was the first Christmas I had with my late wife, little Linda May, I call her. And instead of getting ready for Christmas, I waited till Christmas morning, and I got up earlier than her, as I usually did. And I went in the office and I madly wrote a poem, and then I turned it into I think it was like 11-page Christmas card, and had it on the table before she got up and came out for her coffee. Number 1015. Merry Christmas, lover girl. Thinking back to another world where occasionally only we met. There were traces of what's unfurled, which I do hope I'll never forget. Sparkles of cheer bright in your eyes, and the warmth and joy enacted in smile. Awkward meetings with quick goodbyes, not even seeing the love clues compile. Hindsight reveals the feeling there, and the rock-solid love now come to be. The music was silenced by bare heart singing, I love the way that you love me. When your Romeo ate that lead, leaving you hopelessly sad and alone. Heart cruelly acting as dead, picturing skies that would never be flown. Unlikely Cupid's arrow shot into the settle my love entertained, pasted with brave love that was not. The sparkle and smiles, it was strained. Chance meeting on the street in the cold filled your eyes with that fire of delight. Maybe that moment birthed my your refusal to touch me with your night. Then that night with its likely less, when words from a bottle tore into soul, the try for comfort turned to bless, and a coffee into first step of whole. 2 weeks later, our life began, as love softened the corners we had grown. That magic path without a plan that every pair of true lovers have flown. Music now is all I hear, and those words are the only words I see. My heart and soul, ever so clear, singing I love the way that you love me. I feel so close with you at my side, yet no less with many miles in between. You overshadow every pride, turning even my shortcomings clean. That one sparkle cannot compare to the thrill each night I meet at the door. Life is so humbled by your fare, so fluent within reach of your shore. Even at work, at start of the day, in a once greasy t-shirt that is white, your love's presence has found its way to be with me in feeling and in sight. With that music filling my ears, do I begin the toils that must be. The sound of all others harsh clears to my song, I love the way that you love me. It is the warmth of home you have made, and the attention to every detail. Debt of heart cannot be repaid, yet you act as if owing without fail. You are there to share forever, should that be the length of time that I need. Hindrance shown in shades of never, when alone at the keyboard I must bleed. Always you quiver to my touch, always ready with eager to begin, then busy with errands and such, when duty of soul will not let you in. Ever under your loving care that sets my labors of all can be free. The ever-present closeness there, now singing I love the way that you love me. Even now you could be waiting, so patient, just a room or two away. I find you anticipating the start of our very first Christmas day, with that music perfectly clear, just the way it was always meant to be. In the spirit of love without fear, singing, I love the way that you love me. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode of Poetry Palace, and I hope something caught your ear. Please feel free to check out the website, and I hope to see you next week. Adios.